should have clicked it. Why didn't you tell me? How Isagi keeps winning and you can too. Should we watch this? I low-key kind of want to watch this, yo.
Isagi goes for a 3-stage evolution to become one of the scariest players in Blue Lock. Now, I've been through these 3 stages myself to become unrecognizable from—
this guy went from Isagi when he first lost. Hold on, you guys don't see this. Look at that. To Isagi in chapter 290, yo. What's going on?
A few years ago. And you guys will be able to do the same by the end of this video. Covering all of season 1, this is the story of the main character of one of the greatest
sports animes of all time. I wouldn't say that Blue Lock is one of the greatest animes of all time, but I do think it's a fantastic anime. Like it's up there like currently as one of the best animes, but I don't know about all time. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to do a lot more than that to convince me this is better than Inuyasha.
Art.
It's a very good sports show. It might be like a
You've
top
probably
2
forgotten
sports
by
one.
now, but Isagi started off at the very, very bottom. Shortly after arriving at Blue Lock, we find out that of the 300 players—
I'm trying to think of all the other sports animes. I've only— Kuroko no Basket is so funny, but so unrealistic. I think that's the hard part, right? Like a lot of the good sports animes are so unrealistic, but I feel like Blue Lock tries to be realistic. And so like that's what makes it really good. Also, Slam Dunk. The movie, the first Slam Dunk, is one of the best movies of all time, okay? Haikyuu! I haven't watched Dandadan. Haikyuu is actually so good. And Haikyuu is low-key kind of realistic, right? Haikyuu is low-key realistic. I love Kuroko no Basket. Dude, Kuroko no Basket is so good. It really is so good.
He's ranked 299, and just take a moment to really—
And the only person worse than him is the bald monk guy.
To be in a room with 300
You yak too much? Shut up, Bugs Bunny. I don't yap enough. I don't yap enough.
Doesn't really go away over the next 2 episodes. He processes everyone else showing off their specialties, whilst he just kind of
nothing.
Not really capable of doing anything that stands out.
Exactly. He has nothing.
That is exactly what makes the scene that follows so.
This guy has such a sad arc later. The monk guy actually has such a sad arc later. I hope he does. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with him, but I think that's like the realistic part of his character. Is that not everybody makes it.
Good.
React harder.
The clock counting down is like his whole career about to slip away from him. His fear and desperation very quickly grows. But when the golden opportunity he'd been waiting for falls in front of him, he has the realization that defines his character from this point on.
There's no spoilers.
If I don't beat someone stronger than me, nothing will change.
Exactly.
And this is the first stage of his growth. I've mentioned this in other videos, but for the same reason—
You gotta challenge yourself. Yo, Isagi, bro. You gotta challenge yourself in life if you want to get somewhere. Like, right? You know, you can't just beat up. You just can't beat up on noobs. You gotta see where you can go, and the only way you can see is going against people who are better. Right? It's the only way.
The day before it's due. When you set low goals, you only end up reaching that low goal, even if you're capable of more. For instance, if you only aim to run 3 kilometers, even if you're capable of running 7, you'll only end up running 3 rather than 7 because you have that low goal.
Exactly.
Likewise, if Isagi's aim had only just been—
you guys ever heard about— did you guys ever hear about the that it has to do with the deadlines? Like, I forgot what it's called, but this is a real thing. If you give yourself a deadline, it will take you exactly that long to complete that thing. This is a real thing. If you tell yourself, I have 3 weeks to do this, guess what? It's going to take you 3 weeks to do that, okay? If you say, I have 1 day to get this done, it's going to take you 1 day to get it done, okay? So the truth is, your deadlines are just set up based on your expectations. If you give yourself a long time, you will take that long to do it, right? Even if you're guesstimating, you're like, oh, I think it'll take me 4 weeks to do this. It will take you 4 weeks to do that, right? It's 100% a real thing. I give myself a deadline and then cry and panic 1 hour before because I didn't do anything. Always have a deadline. Try to be realistic with your deadline, but don't be afraid to give yourself a shorter deadline because hey, that's the only way you know what you're capable of. So finally something clever came out of John. Okay, the truth is, I didn't come up with that. I read that somewhere online and I was like, you know what? That is so true, okay?
Best player actually so true. Team, he wouldn't have gone any further than that, even though he's capable of becoming a national level.
Isagi's the GOAT, bro. Isagi's honestly the GOAT. Senor John Wick, what's up, Mr. Han?
Is Isagi realizing that if he wants to change, he can't stick to his old ways.
Exactly.
As he says, at this rate, I'll be the same as I was before. He can't.
By the way, this character right here in Blue Lock, this guy got to make a comeback, right? The ace of the generation. Like, there's no way this guy doesn't make a fucking comeback, right? Like he just got out of the first round.
Can't stick to his old ways. As he says, at this rate, I'll be the same as I was before. It sounds so obvious that if you want to change something, you have to change something. but we do it all the time. We fantasize about getting in better shape, but don't go to gym or eat better. We wish we got more sleep, but don't go to bed any earlier. Isagi turning his back on the golden opportunity of an injured player before him is him fully accepting challenge is necessary for change. If he keeps taking the easy route, he's not going to improve, and he's not going to survive Blue Lock. This realization...
Can I be honest, guys? This is talking to me. I've been trying for the last month to wake up earlier and go to sleep earlier, but I just keep taking losses on Marvel Rivals, so I can't. I'm not able to do any of that.
It's the first stage of his evolution, resulting in a scene that skyrocketed my expectations for the show. As Isagi, rather than stepping aside and safely clearing
he
the
said,
way,
"I'm going, I'm him."
To swing a volley,
and he destroyed his Akira, right?
His very first rival. And as the ball
look
connects,
at this, bro. This is one of the craziest animations they've drawn.
Rival. And as the ball,
look at this. Oh, you guys look at this man. Look at this man. He got cooked, bro. Bro got cooked.
Connects. Isagi moves through to the next stage. But
you're gonna watch it and be like, okay, that's cool. Never apply these tips. Yo, I'm gonna lock in, guys. I'm gonna lock in after this, okay? Staying up till 2 a.m. to take L's, if that's the only way to do it, okay? What's more fun than staying up till 2 a.m. to take an L, bro?
More importantly, proves to himself that he's not as weak as he thought. However, before we move on to Blue Lock's first selection, where Isagi really demonstrates this and begins his second stage, I just want to briefly touch on his other realization, that he can't keep being this goody two-shoes if he wants to get anywhere, because there's a huge number of people out there who simply won't ever put themselves before anyone else.
Yeah, like, he gotta have an ego. He gotta do what he gotta do.
And Isagi seems like this would have been him before coming to Blue Lock. Whilst being selfless is of course a
you can't do this to me, Pookie. You're my everything.
There's times to put yourself first as well. Be as kind to yourself as you are to everyone else. Anyway, despite his early moment of courage, Isagi leaves this match still feeling doubtful of himself. And I like that they showed this because if you're actually serious about making a change, then this is something you have to accept. We all have this impression that we can just flick a mental switch and suddenly our whole self-image can change overnight.
It's a habitual thing.
Whatever we want to change about ourselves will just happen. But in my experience, whilst this can work for a bit, it's a very short term.
Yeah, you gotta be dedicated.
It won't take too long for you to go back to feeling or being the way you were. Our brains are just too clever for their own good sometimes, and we'll quickly realize that not a lot has changed simply because you think it has. The only way to truly change.
Eastern Samosa. Hey, W Eastern Samosa. I'm gonna say this one time in chat, okay? I'm gonna say this one time in chat, okay? Before I get rid of you, I'm gonna tell you this one time, okay? And I'm being dead honest with this, okay? This is me on serious mode, okay? I've always have said on stream, the most annoying thing somebody can fucking do is hold their viewership over me, okay? Like, they're threatening their viewership. If you don't like this shit, you can leave. In fact, I'm gonna ban your ass for even saying that, because it is mad fucking annoying for someone to sit there crying for attention the whole time in chat, and the second they don't get any, they crash out, dog. It was good knowing you, brother. All right. I'm sorry, I kept reading that shit. That shit is so fucking annoying. I hate people like that, bro. I just want everyone to know, yo, there is nothing more obnoxious than holding your viewership over a streamer, yo. That shit is so fucking annoying. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna then fucking leave. Okay, then fucking leave. Goddamn.
Improve with something like
okay, we back.
It's through consistent, long-term action, resulting in real progress. And this reality hits Isagi hard during the match against Team X. This is the most one-sided game in the whole. I
fucking love Baro. I always say this shit, bro. Baro is my favorite character on Blue Lock, man. He's so good. Baro is actually so fire, bro. Sorry, I fell asleep and took a nap. It's all good, Rosa. Baro is literally the best character because he's the definition of raw. I'm all about me. Like, he has an arc later where he realizes it's like when he's going against Isagi and Isagi wants him to pass it to him, and he's like, if I pass it to Isagi right now, I'm gonna be a fucking loser for the rest of my life. And then he's like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not passing it to him anymore. And then he just does it, bro. My baby Chigiri. Chigiri is low-key. Hey, Chigiri's sister, though.
Serious.
I love Chigiri, too. Like, his story's lit.
We see the size of the gap between Isagi and the top. He leaves the match filled with that awful feeling of uselessness. And in the following days, he's continuing to doubt himself, claiming he doesn't have anything he's good at. As we soon find out, this couldn't be more wrong. We often just don't notice these sort of things about ourselves. Even when
R.I.P. Kunigami.
We're good at, we seem to have such difficulty accepting it.
R.I.P. Kunigami.
We fixate on those better than us, no matter how good we are. And this happens with everything, the gym, money, any of your hobbies. We say to ourselves, well, I'm clearly not good because that person over there is better than me. Meanwhile, 99.9% population are way behind you. Like, you're doing way better than you think.
Dude, whenever you start anything, I'm not joking. All it takes to be better than most people at something is just to do something for like a week. And then all of a sudden, you are better than most people. Now, are you gonna be better than the people who've been doing it for like a year plus? No. But like, you're not expected to. I realize that. Like, you just gotta, once you do something, you're like automatically better than most people because most people have not even tried, right? 100%. John, you're always taking this too lightly though. Me and Sarah literally talked about this, and you're too nice for no reason. Sometimes be strict. That's what I'm saying, bro. For real, like sometimes I feel like in chat, I let people get away with like the craziest shit because I'm just like, oh man, like it kind of sucks to lose a viewer, right? So I'm gonna be honest. Right, as like a smallish streamer, like it sucks to lose a viewer because you're like, damn, like you work hard to get like even a couple people to come in. That's why I'm so grateful that people honestly like come in and stop by. I would never take that shit for granted because I started from 0 literally, and then you guys have like most of you guys have seen me go up from like 5 to like 16 whatever, and sometimes we get 13. It doesn't matter anymore, right? But like I hate just losing one person, so I kind of give them a leeway, but then I realize like that shit is definitely ruining the vibes of the stream. And I never want you guys to have like a bad time in stream because of like one person, right? Because we're so small, it honestly just takes one person to kind of derail and it's like it just takes one person to ruin everything because all they have to do is just keep chatting and like they can dominate like the conversation, and I just hate that shit so much. So I'm trying to be a little more strict with like just people being mad annoying. It's just like, come on, bro. Like we just chilling. W crash out though. Thank you so much. That was a W crash out. I was even surprised at how serious I got. I was like, man, but it's because I thought about this and I say this because if you go to my YouTube videos, a lot of the people here are like Coco is from my YouTube, and also right, if you can check out my YouTube videos, Drunk is there. Like, there's a comment on my, I think, Alien Stage or Milgram video, and all they're doing is roasting the chat because it was like 2 people just doing like saying the craziest shit, and I should have stopped them from saying those things, but I didn't, and because of that it made the video worse, and I don't want that to happen anymore on my live. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm leaving, buddy. You get fucked. Josh, should I like post analysis of YouTube React or something? W crash out. Like, thank you, Josh. Yeah, post it in YouTube Reacts. I'll read it and I'll reply to you and I'll tell you what I think about it. But I'm sure I feel like everyone's smarter than me at the Milgram stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, if you won't shape your community since your start, you're not gonna save it later on. Exactly. I realize like sometimes you just gotta cut off all the dead rotting leaves before you gotta cut out the bad apples before they poison the tree, right? You gotta cut off the bad apples before they poison the tree. But sometimes I want to just give a warning, but I'm just like, yo, stop being annoying. Like, I'm just like, man, fuck.
Trust me.
I've been into Milgram for a year and I'm still a nerd. Bye. I'm so glad. Hey, I'm so glad for people like you. Milgram is so fun.
Where Isagi realizes this, and we get our first glimpse of his second stage. In comparison to the last match, this one is actually very close. Nico gets his team the lead with some brilliant passes, but Isagi, realizing his strength lies in the ability to read the field and detect the goal ahead of time. I always think about this in this anime. I know we're switching back and forth between like stream stuff and anime stuff, but yo, Isagi got so lucky. This man should have been knocked out like 14 times. Imagine if Ness here, I think his name is Ness. I don't actually know, Ness is later on. If this guy over here decided to hit that goal instead of passing it, Isagi literally would have lost, bro. Yeah, if you don't, you'll be banning like 1/3 of your community. True. But I feel like a lot of the community recently, I've really enjoyed all the people who joined recently. Like, right? Like, I would say in the last like 2 weeks, the last 1 week to 2 weeks, we've gotten a lot of new people joining in and like really like interacting and stuff. And everyone who's done like recently has been hella cool. Like, no one's a problem. No one's been problematic. I would say most people that were problematic were the people from the beginning. They're like when they were just them and they could get away with it, but most of them are really cool now. Milgram influence, it really is the Milgram influence. 100% it's a Milgram influence. It's worth the girl streamers and Simpsons stuff. So I feel like, I don't know about girl streamers, right? Because obviously I'm not a girl. I feel like girl streamers, they have it like, they can get a lot of people to come and be nice to them on stream. I really think this, but they probably get people vying for their attention way more than guys, right? Like, people care about my attention, but they're not like super on top of me like that, right? But I feel like girls, they're almost expected to. And I know for a fact, because I've talked to streamers about this, girl streamers offline, they get DMs on DMs on DMs.
and like people crash out on them for not responding, for not like interacting with them offline. And I'm like, bro, that is crazy. Imagine like you get off stream and then you have a bunch of people like talk, and now you got to talk to like, all of them, and they get mad at you if you don't message them back. It's low-key cooked, bro. It's low-key. Bro, roasting the OGs. I'm not roasting you. You're a part of the OGs, but I'm not roasting you guys, right? I'm not. You know who I'm roasting, because like you've been here for like the worst of them. And most of them aren't here anymore. Newspur is one of them. I'm not gonna lie. Newspur knows. He was one of them, but he's okay now. Hannah had her fair share since it happened today. See, like that's the thing. But that's the trade-off. I know we're kind of like going in between stuff right now, but that's the trade-off. Is with a girl, if you're a girl streamer, the truth is you probably are also gonna get more subs, more donations, like more viewership early on, just because there's a lot of simps online, right? But coming with that, there's a lot of good simps. Right, there's a lot of good simps, and then there's like a lot of like over the top. Those are the people that you have to be afraid of, right? The people who are like, they have simp behavior, but then they bring it over the line of like what's appropriate, right? So that's actually the trade. Oh my god, I was so mad at the people that said smash them on it. Oh my, see, that's what I'm saying. Like my chat used to be crazy, and then like I was averaging like, back, I was averaging like 6 viewers, 5, 6 viewers. So I'm like, it's hard for me to be like. It's hard for me to tell them to get out, but like I was like, I realized I had to be a little more strict with that kind of shit, because I can't let people do that. But that was my bad. I take full ownership for that. I actually said that in the video, in the comments, and in my new video, that like I'm gonna stop people from doing that shit anymore. So I'm just done with that shit now. I think this is part of what you mentioned earlier. They think their viewership owes them something. Yeah, exactly. And I kind of get it, because I'm like, okay, like I like interacting with streamers too. Like when I'm in the stream and like one of my friends and I say something and they ignore me sometimes, like it kind of feels like, oh, they ignored me, but like whatever. But I get it, and I'm like, I'm not like, I don't ever think like, oh, you know what, I'm not watching you anymore. And then like the worst part is like, even if I thought that, like the idea that you would have to tell the streamer that is so weird to me. Like you're sitting there being like, you know what, not only am I not gonna come here anymore, I'm gonna let you know that I'm not gonna come here anymore. And it's like, bro, shut up, dog. Just like you are just like, it's like, I feel like they're kids, bro. I really feel like they're kids. Sorry, I was low-key being bullied to someone in my besties live. I just spammed my favorite sound and made it unavailable, and I couldn't use it when I entered. TL John, don't say that wordy. Wait, what did I say? Okay, the first out tag was alright. Why are you tagged submissive? Who tagged me submissive and breedable? I didn't do that. I legit did not put submissive and breedable. Who put that? If somebody says that, they're not going to change it later on. True. I feel like they're just that bored and they have to say that. Yeah, I feel like they're really bored, and then they're just like, it's honestly, it all comes down to like 100% like an attention thing, right? Like they just want attention, and they know the best way to get attention from somebody who's like a smaller streamer is just to tell them, I'm not going to watch you anymore. And it's like, oh my, and they use that to overpower you. And I'm like, this doesn't even make sense, because imagine if every single person here, if all of you guys said that to me right now, if you're like, you guys don't like watching this, and you're like, you know what, I'm not watching you anymore, and then I'd be like, what? And then like I'm like, well, what if one person wants to watch this and one person wants to watch this? It's so cooked, it's so fucking, they never get. Anyway,
shuts down.
I'm done ranting.
Eco and sets up Team Z for an equalizer. And so
these people are not worthy. There's nothing more to it. True, so true, bro.
1-1. Team Y completely break through Team Z's defense as Nico is faced with the same situation.
I remember Isagi, and he passed. This was when Isagi was at beta. This right here was when Isagi was at beta, yo. Check my chat. Is that W strategy? Thank God I always leave when Milgram starts. That's better than chatting shit. That's what I'm saying. I would rather, like, of course, more than anything, if you guys don't like what I'm doing, like lurking would be like my number. That would be great, obviously, but that's just for like a numbers thing. But even if you like just left without saying anything, that'd be much better than being like, oh, this shit's boring, I'm leaving, or you're boring, I'm leaving. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you don't gotta tell me, man.
He also makes the exact same decision.
Like, you can just, just have a good rest of the day, brother.
Isagi intercepts it before launching a brilliant counter and sending everyone on the pitch. So he shows up at the exact right place.
Does he score on the last one? I think he scores on this one too.
First Blue Lock goal. And Team Z, 3 vital points,
bro.
And right before the
I love Blue Lock so much, bro.
Begins.
I love Daikazo's screen because I was born be grateful.
I don't need that version.
At least lurk in his stream.
And this really stuck with me. It just puts you in the right mindset.
I came here from Milgram. There's no Milgram. I'm joking.
It's as though you can see that past version.
I've thought about this with the Milgram stuff, right? So like I wish there was more stuff online about like in that, not the Milgram universe, but there's more like I forgot what people were calling them, but like music video, like animation type stories, right? I would love for that. But then I'm always like, man, I can't just stream Milgram all day, because there's not, like, once I get through everything, like, what is there to stream? You know what I mean? And it only comes out once every couple months, like, and then like it's the same for Alien Stage. Like they take a really long time to produce their stuff, and it's like, well, what do I do in between, right? But I really wish I could do that stuff on stream like most of the time.
Different person,
but yeah,
and it makes it so much easier to visualize.
I love music series. If you ever need recommendations,
anyway,
I'm always down for recommendations for music series, like 100%.
The thing I want you guys to know is what Sagi.
It feels like a lot of people like me watching it, so I like it too.
The same eyes. I'm gonna come back to the point for Sagi's second stage. Team Z's next match is against Team W, which finishes 4-4 to give Team Z a draw. There's not too much to talk about in this match.
They got a draw on this one. Was Chico the one? This is the one where that one guy, I remember, this is the one where that one guy threw, right? This guy.
Hype scenes I've ever seen.
This guy threw.
The match against the unbeaten Team B is definitely.
This is the best match.
This game was never.
This is the second. I would say this is the second best match in all of Blue Lock. Is this one right here? This match is the second best match in all of Blue Lock, and the first match is the one we just watched in the U20. 100%, yo. I'm down to, please. Yeah, I would love to. If you guys have anything, just like, you can post it in the YouTube reacts, and that's usually where I pull a lot of this stuff from. Like, I leave streams though I feel ignored. Like, it's not for me. It's why I like strong streams. They need more support anyways. I watch 2 people. I'm one of the only people watching. W small streamer watchers. I feel like that's what brings a lot of small streamers forward. It's a lot of the small. It's something I think about a lot. Hi, John Fork. Hello, Timmy Chongas. How you doing, yo? I always think about this when it comes to small stream. I've talked about this before. It's like, obviously I'm on a girl, right? But I will always miss these days, or I know I will miss these times where I get to talk to people and I get to really like get to know people on stream. And I say this because like if at one point, once you get to a bigger size and people are chatting, like you low-key just can never really like, you know what I mean? Like if there was like 1,000 people in here chatting, like there's no way I would ever really know names, or I really never know like people in the community. I would like recognize the OGs, but like other than that, I wouldn't, and I'm always gonna miss those days. But it's like, it's one of those things that like eventually like almost has to happen, right? Like you can't just like, it'll just eventually have to happen. Did season 2 get better, or is the animation still bad? Oh, ad? Okay, I'll wait for you to come back from the ad. It comes with time. Yeah, I think so too. I've always thought about like making like another Discord for like the OGs and stuff, but I'm like, I'll definitely miss people, bro. I'll miss people, man. I don't know if the dude's back from ads, but I do have something to tell him about season 2, because season 2 is 100% better. At the end, it's 100% better. He's bigger now with small friends in his pants. What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? I also don't, I've also thought about, like, I don't even know what I would, like, how I would stream to a bigger audience. Like, I really wouldn't even know. If there was, like, 100 people watching me right now, like, I would hope that whatever I'm doing is completely okay, but I actually have no idea. I have no idea. Okay. MILF Joy Senpai. Crazy name, by the way. Season 2 of Blue Lock absolutely is better. Okay, it gets better. The last 2 episodes of Blue Lock Season 2 is fire. The first 8 episodes, right? I think the first 8 or whatever episodes is not. Okay, it's not. Okay, I'm just telling the truth.
It's going to be easy, because not only are teams down a player, they also need a win to survive Blue Lock's first election. Things initially seem hopeless as they go 3-0 down.
3-0. And then Batra scores a goal all by himself. I remember this. Batra goes crazy.
Team Z, they bring the score back to 3-3. Here, Nagi goes for the same growth as Sagi has. He too is now aiming higher and immediately starts performing better as a result, because
look at Isagi.
He's no longer putting a subconscious.
Look at Isagi being the goat of inspiration,
following
bro.
Nagi's ridiculous goal, Kunigami's equalizer, and Kuon's redeeming sacrifice. The score ties up at 4-4.
Yo, W, bro. W Isagi, man.
Isagi needs to go, and just as he thinks he's about to
Is this the anime I keep seeing where everyone is incredibly freaky? This is not. Yo, who is freaky in Blue Lock? Am I wrong? I don't think anyone's, but it's low-key like boys love. It's low-key boys love. Ooh, thought you were watching the anime. I would love to watch the anime on stream, but if I do the anime on stream, we are 100% getting copyright, bro. 100%.
Nagi shows up behind him.
Blue Lock BL meant to be exactly. JPEG season 2.
And this following scene encompasses everything I've said up until
PNG season 2, slideshow season 2.
Isagi would have done his usual routine, controlled the ball, then tried to shoot. It was the challenge of having to score with Nagi right behind him.
This is where he does the direct shot, right?
Isagi to push himself and realize what he actually can do, as he risks it all on a direct
W Isagi. I'm telling you, this is the goated moment.
as Team Z against all odds.
This is the goated skin moment, bro.
Comeback
the goated
against
skin
the
moment.
Giants of Team V, who suffered their first loss and are filled with frustration despite clearing the first selection alongside Team Z, concluding one of my favorite arcs in all of anime.
Dude, season 1. This
The
is
second selection
and
begins
season 1
with
was
3.
also long, right? I don't remember. Do you guys remember how many episodes was in season 1? I think season 1 had 20 something episodes, and then season 2 had like 8 or like 12. It had like half the episodes, but like they went crazy at the last moment. But like season 1 had like a lot of stories, man. It was super long.
3v3 match.
I remember the second stream I joined you also talked about Blue Lock. Oh, I love Blue Lock so much. Who is that wavy haired and red-eyed bob-like hair guy? Red-eyed bob-like hair guy. You're talking about Bachira. Bachira is fire, bro.
As Asagi and
Did you watch past episode 2? Yes, I watched the whole thing. So for anyone who needs to know about Blue Lock season 2, Blue Lock season 2 is absolutely like in terms of animation, I'm not gonna lie, it's absolute trash. Except for one moment, it was like Nagi's kicking the U20 match. But U20 match, it goes up, but specifically the last 2 episodes of the U20 match. Okay, the last 2 episodes of Blue Lock season 2 is so fucking fire. It saves the entire season. Okay, it saves the entire season. Well, also, welcome back, Phil. Welcome back.
Nagi joins
guy,
us
right?
as
That
the
guy.
third player in a very interesting scene, which I want to save talking about for my Nagi video. Having all seen the benefits to themselves of aiming high, they walk straight up to the top 3 and immediately challenge them.
Damn.
This doesn't end well.
Because
Asagi's faced strong
Rin is
opponents
OP.
before, but this time it feels different.
Yeah, Rin is
on
him.
another level entirely, and he has this air of invincibility about him. Although Asagi's team scores a couple goals, the outcome was never really in doubt, as Rin defeats him
Rin is
without
him,
even
bro.
trying. We don't even know what his specialty is by the end of this game. He just seems way too good at everything. Batra has chosen to join the winners, and Asagi is once again one defeat away from being kicked out of Blue Lock. It's a real 180 from
Isn't that crazy, bro? Like they could have missed out on the GOAT. All it took was luck. Like even if he was the best player, you could have lost if your team sucked. Imagine you have the thrower on your team. Like you literally could have just lost. John, I threw everything into the YouTube reaction channel. Check it out after the stream if you have some time. Okay, I got you. Thank you so much for posting that, by the way. I really appreciate that. Also, Miljoy Senpai, thank you so much for the follow, my guy.
Over Team V.
I hope you watch the rest of the season. It's really good.
All relate to where things are finally going well, only to turn around and be worse than ever. But as Asagi tells Nagi, sitting around isn't going to change that. They have to take action on it. Just as he says that, another player which seemed completely out of reach to Asagi, Barrow, walks through the door. And it's decided
Thoughts on
that him and
Barrow?
Naruhaya...
I always say this. Barrow is the #1 character in Blue Lock. Okay, I really hope, because eventually, like, they did the U20 match, right? They're eventually going to build up for because you know how like at the end Isagi's like, we're gonna go win the Olympics, I think, or whatever, the U20 Olympics. I'm not sure, but like they're gonna go win that cup. And they have to choose a team. The issue is there's too many characters in the anime right now to have everybody show up, right? I really hope Barrow is one of the main strikers on that team. 100%, bro. Barrow in a maid dress. Oh yeah, I remember those.
Will be their next opponent. This is where Asagi goes for a serious crisis, as his confidence gets completely shattered, but also where he begins his second most important
New goal.
stage.
New
In the
goal.
following 2v2, there's a very clear dynamic from the get-go. 2 teams of 1 genius and
one trash.
average Joe.
One
it's clear
trash
exactly
player.
what category Asagi falls into, as Nagi completely outshines him. Filled with desperation, Asagi repeats his earlier phrase. In order to change, I have to discard how I was.
He's gotta
so far."
evolve.
The score ends up at 4-all, and the tension is higher than ever, as his next goal wins with Asagi still struggling to make him up. But it's here, with his back against the wall, that he has his most important revelation of them all. Remember what I said earlier about how Asagi realized Nika was doing the same thing as him? Asagi realizes he's not special.
And he
except
just has to
unlike you and
copy.
me,
He
takes this
literally
and-
copied this man's ability to knock him out. And what's funny is he uses this ability all the time, which is the one where he like backtracks him.
exactly the right way.
1000%
For our whole
valid.
lives,
It was a valid ban. Trust me.
we've been told we're oh so special. You know,
I shouldn't approve his unban request. Does he have an unban request? Let me know what his unban request is. I feel like I crashed out on him a little too hard there, but I should have given him a warning. But I was so fed up with it.
every other films revolved around the chosen one, and we're told over and over again by teachers, music shows that we're in some way, shape, or form special. Now, this is true to an extent, but it's taken the complete wrong way. Rather than us seeing as, oh, I can do this and no one else can, quite often we see it as, I can't do this, but everyone else can. But truthfully, most things most other people can do, you can do too. You're not that special. And this is a brilliant thing.
I love that.
Every time you say,
I love that.
"Oh, I can't do that,"
like you need to stop. Like I love this shit, bro. It's like you need to stop putting people up on a pedestal, right? You just imagine like, yes, they've gotten there, but they worked their ass to get there, and there's no reason why you can't work your ass to get up there too, right?
To this or to that. You're completely wrong. Not only is there someone else in the same situation as you doing that, but there's someone in a worse situation than you who's at the level you want to be at. And this realization that
you were talking about Wataru Kuon. Oh my god, that's the worst character in the whole show. How do you like Wataru? He's literally the worst character. He betrays everybody and then he gets knocked out. I'm sorry, so spoiler alert. He doesn't even make it later because he's cooked, bro.
Actually, that's special.
That's John as a character. Wataru? No way. Don't do that to me.
Most important stage. Going back to the match with Barrow, he's looking at the other players for inspiration because he realizes there's no reason he can't do anything.
True.
They can. Now, of course, with a minute or two left in the match, he can't just suddenly become as physically strong as Barrow or as brilliant in his first touch as Nagi. Those things would require a lot of training. So, by process of elimination, he instead looks to Naruhaya.
Man, this guy deserved to go further, bro. Isagi really knocked this man out, bro.
Recognizing that his trick to sneak
You're
behind
Kuon! I'm not Kuon!
is something he could quickly learn to do. And this realization is, without a doubt, the biggest factor behind his insane growth because, as Naruhaya puts it, Isagi is a genius of adaptability. With his new trick, he finally beats Barrow 1v1, something he previously thought impossible to secure his place in the next one. And we immediately see the impact in the following game. As Isagi constantly learns from everyone else around him, he goes from being possibly the weakest player of the four
to being the strongest
in the previous match to the MVP of this one.
I think this is the match where he makes Barrow pass to him, bro, and he like breaks Barrow, and then
he
Barrow
is an absolute
goes up,
monster
bro.
In this 3v3. He plays so well that Barrow, who Isagi once feared and saw as completely out of his reach, ends up having an internal crisis as a result of Isagi just completely outclassing him. Isagi is no longer just trying to survive Blue Lock. He's a clear contender for it, all because he realized, I'm not special. And the extension of that is Isagi's
You guys want to, you want to know what's funny, bro? You want to know what's funny about this? You know what's funny about this is when Blue Lock came out on anime, Japan was in like the World Cup, right? I'm sorry, I don't know football that well, so I might be completely wrong about this. I mean, we were watching it live, but I don't know like the whatever. They were in some kind of cup, and Japan was doing hella good. Like they almost made it like to semis or to the finals or something, right? And they're going against a really good team. They're up like 2-1 and then they lost. But it was so crazy because everybody was saying like Blue Lock inspired them, and they were gonna wear, or they were wearing like the Blue Lock uniforms. It was actually so fire, bro. Hope you've seen watching the OJ doc on Netflix. It's fire, dude. I want to. Wait, first of all, this is not your first time telling me that. I would love to watch the OJ doc on Netflix live, but like I can't watch it live. I'm pretty like if I stream Netflix live, am I not getting cooked? You know what? Like when did I get banned immediately? I'm pretty sure that's like an instant ban, right? John, what do you look like without glasses? Can I see? If I take off my glasses, I know for a fact you're just gonna say a good boy, okay? Beating Germany is an achievement for Japan. Exactly. They were going crazy that year, right? They were going crazy.
Third stage. After winning this match and adding Chigiri to the lineup, it's finally time for the long-awaited rematch with Rin.
The god.
And with all Isagi's team has learned, things are very different this time around. Whilst there's no doubting he's the best player on the pitch, Rin no longer seems this invincible, untouchable god.
And he got mad.
They can actually
He's playing
fight back
seriously
against him this time around. They start to get some small wins. Nagi pulls off a beautiful bit of skill to get past him to score. Barrow's new villainous playstyle breaks his control over the game to get another. And most importantly, even though they couldn't stop Rin's solo attack, Isagi realized that this time, he understood everything Rin was doing. Rin, who Isagi saw as unbeatable,
he was reading him like a book.
The score goes to 4-3, and one more goal will mean Isagi, once again, losing to Rin. But of course, you know what happens next.
Wait.
Using his second stage.
I do know what happens next. This man loses. Hey, spoiler alert. I'm sorry. This guy loses.
Isagi realizes Rin is every bit as human as him. And so, if anything Rin can do, Isagi can do, chances are anything Isagi is doing, Rin is also doing. With this in mind, he uses Rin's own thought process against him. And to Rin's utter dismay, Isagi gets his first.
This is one
major
of the
victory,
best goals. This actually,
Rin's utter
this is actually one of the best
Isagi.
goals. If you guys have, I don't know if you guys remember seeing this. This goal is so fire because Rin thinks that he has Isagi beat, and then Isagi's literally like, I'm gonna lose. Like. And then he does a little back kick and it goes into, and then Rin crashes out, bro. This is actually one of the GOAT scenes of all time, man. After this, are you gonna do reacts? Yes. After he said nah. So after this is what's gonna happen over the rest of the stream. I really wish I could stream more today, man, because there's a lot of new people in here. It's cooked. Okay. Anyways, after this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the reacts. We're gonna finish up all the reactions and stuff. And then I have to go help my mom like do the painting for the house and stuff because I haven't helped her at all. So I gotta do that stuff. I want you, baby. Chimichangas, we want you, man. Did you react to anything Milgram in the stream? I swear the people were talking. Oh, Mimosa, you missed it. We reacted to the Milgram season 3 trailer. I forgot. I haven't watched it. I just watched it just now, and then we saw it is coming out. At least I think season 3 is coming out on February 12th, bro. February 12th is gonna be lit, man. Useless boy, start becoming a doctor.
I guess his first.
You missed it. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube.
Now, of course, we know how this match ends, but despite the result, Rin openly admits that Isagi had him beat in that last play. And so stage 3 is more one that he's entering at the end of season 1, rather than one that he's completed as such. And that's, give yourself some damn credit. You're probably not only doing much better than you think, but are also fully capable of going as far as you're hoping and more.
Bro, I always think about this, right? Like I always say this, even if you lose, they say you cannot really lose in life if the effort was there, okay? You know what I mean? Like, you cannot truly lose in life if the effort was fucking there, man. So if you gave it your shot and you gave it a good amount of effort, like a really good, not some bullshit amount of effort. I'll never say 100% effort because the truth is, like, as humans, you can always be better. Like, you can really sacrifice like a lot of things in life to really effort it up. But I feel like if you put the effort in there, it wasn't some bullshit, and you gave it a valid attempt, you learned something from it, you can come out of it, bro. There's no such thing as really losing, man. Unless you're playing Marvel Rivals at 2 a.m.
Look at how far.
Yo, what's good? Congrats on 100k views on YouTube. Thank you so much, ebook. I know. I was surprised we hit that. Yo, Milgram and Alien Stage, man. Milgram Alien Stage, yo. I was surprised. I went to look and I was like, wow, we're like 100 and something. Yo, W, man. What's up, ebook? How you doing, bro?
Isagi's come. He's come from being the second worst player to beating progressively stronger and stronger opponents.
Look at that. He's the GOAT now.
Way out of reach from
GOAT now.
To now being one of the best players at Blue Lock. So, whilst he might not quite be on Rin's level just yet, he used to think Barrow was completely out of reach for him, so...
And now Barrow's
Why
cake.
can't he do the same with Rin? And this happens to a lot of people. We completely lose sight of just how much progress we've made, and as a result, doubt our ability to keep making progress. So, if you're ever doubtful that you can reach a certain level, just take a moment to look back, because
see what you've
chances
accomplished.
are you used to think the same about where you are now.
100k views on YouTube!
So what's stopping you from doing that again? And the season actually ends on this exact note, as Ego tells them that spot on the national team, which once would have seemed miles off, is now fully within reach. But until season 2 comes out, this is where
it's so good, bro. It should give you goosebumps every time.
If you enjoyed this video, check out my Barrow video. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.
The Go Barrow. The Go Barrow. Dude, Blue Lock is so good, man. Blue Lock, honest to God, it's so fucking good, bro. I can't wait for season 3 to come out. There's so many good matches in season 3. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. I feel like they should just drop a Blue Lock movie, dude. Like, there's just so much to cover in the next few seasons. Like, I don't even know where they would end on season 3.